What's good, everybody? You're checking out Untold Insights. And I've been waiting a while before I put this review out to see if maybe somebody would provide some information about the topic we're going to speak about today. But it seems like nobody's really putting out the right information about it. And the information that they are putting out, it's kind of like all over the place, and it doesn't give somebody the correct information, I feel. The topic today is going to be, what is the difference between a legal high and an herbal alternative? I want you guys to think about that title for a second before I get into this. First off, let's talk about the legal high, okay? There's no such thing as a legal high. Let's get this right, okay? There's no drug out there that's a legal high, pretty much. If you really wanted to get technical about legal high, the closest we're gonna have is like alcohol. That's 100% in all states legal, that you can go buy it with ID. Stuff like nicotine, which are cigarettes, those what I consider legal highs. Why? Cigarettes are addicting. They can make people have problems when they try to withdraw from it. Also, alcohol, it's a very mind altering substance. I mean, alcohol, if drunk too much, you could actually pass out and catch alcohol poisoning. Marijuana, it's legal on certain steps. Like on certain places, if it's not 100% on the state and federal, then it's not 100% legal. It could still be passed as state, but still be against the law on a federal level. So it's not 100% illegal. That's why they didn't use that. But alcohol and cigarettes are. So those to me are what are legal highs. Now, this is the misconception that everybody gets. When you see things like K2 and spice and all those little herbal blends that they call it, first off, let's clarify what they are. They are herbal blends. The reason why they could be called herbal blends is because they have herbal herbs inside, which are some of the herbs that which I would name are damiana, passion flower, skullcap, mugwort, wild dagger, stuff like that. On and on. There's a bunch of them. I can name them all, but I'm just going to end it right there. Those are pretty much herbs that you would find in a smoke blend, right? Now, when you smoke those herbs by themselves, they do not provide the psychoactive effect that these other so-called herbal blends have. Reason why? They are genetically engineered white powders called JWs or whatever they're called, sprinkled on top of this. Pretty much those is what gives you those effects that you see these people reviewing saying, oh, I'm high and this and that. First off, you're high not because of the actual herb. You're high because of the white powder that you're smoking that's sprinkled on the herb. That's the difference why I'm saying these people are not explaining to you guys. So don't think when you see those herbal incense out there and stuff like that, that it's going to get you high. The reason why it's not for not human consumption is for the fact that you shouldn't be consuming it. You shouldn't be taking it in you. That's how they pitch it and they market it to you. Think of it like this. You're an ex-weed smoker, right? What's the best way to get you to smoke? If they sold you the white powder by itself, you would look at it and say, hell no, I'm not going to do it. It looks like coke or something like that, and I don't fuck with that, right? I only smoke weed. That's typically the response from somebody that smokes weed. So what they do, they'll take it and they'll sprinkle it on some herb and they'll call it an herbal alternative to marijuana, which, like I said earlier, there is no such thing. But put in a nice packaging, a nice catchy little flashy little bag, nice branding, nice marketing, boom, they caught you. So now you think it's something like that, but you far from the truth. Like I said, these plants do not alter your mind. The most that some of these plants do actually cause relaxation, peaceful feeling inside, euphoria, things like that. But they are nowhere near I guess you could say the same effects of weed. And this is what the people are not providing you and they're not telling you. And I felt like this is something that you have to understand. That's pretty much the definition of the legal high and where I think about that. Legal high means those powders sprinkled on plain herbs. That's it. Now, we're going to touch on the fact of what's an herbal alternative. Herbal alternative doesn't mean just necessarily for weed or for coke like they pitch it, or for alcohol and stuff like that. An herbal alternative could be something like, what's an herbal alternative to Tylenol or aspirin, which would be the willow bark. That has the same compound that the aspirins have, and that was where aspirins came from, pretty much from the bark of the willow bark. Same thing like for Alka-Seltzer, something to soothe your acid indigestion and stuff like that. Where some things that would be herbal alternative for that would be catnip, or would be chamomile, or even peppermint tea. Things like that, those are what I mean are herbal alternatives. And that's why when you see these people putting these videos out talking about, oh, here's my herbal alternative legal high, there's no such thing, people. Stop buying into these people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They sound really stupid when they speak. I'm giving you insight on something, and I hope you guys were to take this and at least pay attention to what I'm doing or what I'm telling you. Take some of what I'm saying, do your own research, and you're gonna see that what I provided you is 100% accurate information, what I'm giving you. Just not in that high whatever type of term, but I'm just breaking it down, cutting all the nonsense out and telling you pretty much what all this pretty much means. So the topic, once again, what is the difference from legal high and a herbal alternative? There's a huge difference in many factors. Like I said, there's no such thing as a legal high besides alcohol, cigarettes, which are still bad for you. And there's no alternative to weed, because weed is its own plant. Each of these other plants are their own plants. They have their own effects. That's like me asking you, what's the reason why you smoke weed for? You were to tell me the relaxation purposes or something like that, right? Half the time you will never get the response saying, oh, I just like to feel really high and like lazy and fall down. They'll just quickly say, just to relax, get away from the stress. There are other plants for that. But like I said, that's not the topic for today. There is no alternative to weed. It's its own compound. There's no other plant that has THC, CBD, all that. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't buy into these things for the last time. This is your boy Untold Insight, giving you the insight on a topic that needed to be touched. Because it's a shame that I see not even young kids, but older guys talking about this, and they just don't have no sense of what they're speaking about. Alright? To the next review, everybody. Peace and love. Stay in sight.